I know with him all things are possible. But he told me, and I told some of my people, he told me, he said, a day is coming when the Redeemed Christian Church of God, when the governing council wants to hold their meeting, they will hold the meeting on the moon. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's God, eh? As parents, you need to know your children are very, very important. They represent your tomorrow. There might be some promises God made to you that you might not see. But if your children will just live, they will see what you might not even be able to see. I told you of the story when my father in the Lord and I went to Tulsa in 1979 to attend Kenneth Hagin camp meeting. And after the meeting, we went to a church. And while the preacher was preaching, he came down from the pulpit and stood before my father in the Lord, who instantly didn't understand the English, and I was interpreting for him. Stood before my father in the Lord. I said, "Thus saith the Lord, the promise I made you are about to be fulfilled." My father in the Lord said to me, and as soon as he said that, he went back to the pulpit. My father in the Lord turned to me and said, "What did he say?" I said, "When we get home." Because he had continued preaching and I wanted to continue with the sermon. When we got home, I said, "Papa, what was the promise God made you?" And he told me, God said, "This church that I'm starting through you shall be known throughout the whole world." And then I told him what the man of God said, and Papa began to cry. Papa was just 1 year from going to glory. And God told him, "The promise I made to you that this church will be known through," he handed over to me. Today, by the grace of God, what God said is being fulfilled. I have good news for those of you who have received mighty prophecies from the Most High God. You will see many of them come to pass. They will come to pass this year, this remarkable year. And there might be one or two that you do not see physically. Your children will see them. I am not doubting God. I know with him all things are possible. But he told me, and I told some of my people, he told me, he said, a day is coming when the Redeemed Christian Church of God, when the governing council wants to hold their meeting, they will hold the meeting on the moon. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's God, eh? Just like he said to me, don't ask for a house. I've decided to build you a city. And he was talking to somebody living in a room in Moshi. When I shared with those people who were with me there, they all laughed. They are still laughing because they can see what God is doing. So when God says we will one day be holding our meetings in the moon, on the moon, you don't have to believe it, but he has spoken and it's going to come to pass. Every great thing that God has prophesied concerning you shall come to pass. Now, when we are talking about,
so whether you like it or not is your own cup of tea, that Gio has said or has revealed to his church members what God told him, that the time is coming that Redeemed Christian Church of God board members will be holding a meeting in the moon or on the moon. Now I see a lot of people coming with comments that is he going there to preach the gospel. These are the same caliber of people that will tell you, why are they always telling you about church heaven? Why would they talk about technology? Well, that he's actually telling you that the technology, there will be advancement in technology, and the church will also benefit from it. And not just church benefiting from it, so many people from the church will be instrumental to that advancement of technology. And he gave a good example that God told his father in the Lord, he's not the one that started Redeem. The man that started Redeem died of age and handed over to him. And God told that man who started Redeemed Christian Church of God that the Redeemed Christian Church of God will be known all over the world. And that has just happened. As at 1983 or so, when he was handed over to him, if he tell people, just like he said, if his friends, that Redeem will become a global church, maybe one of the biggest church in the whole world, they will even be laughing at him. They won't believe it. But Redeem is the biggest church, Pentecostal church in the entire world. Name one church that is bigger than Redeem in the whole world, and I will take note. I stand to be corrected. He also told his friends that his house will be built, and a house will be built. I can't quote him correctly, and they laughed. They are still laughing today. Imagine if that the Geo pastor Enoch Adeboye just say, I need a house, I need a private jet. And imagine he said that a Rolls Royce was 21 years ago, and he used it for some months and sold it. And Rolls Royce was bought for Pastor Yedepo. Last year he celebrated his birthday and people started shouting, making noise. Rolls Royce was bought for him 21 years ago. So if you don't need to believe it for it to happen. God has said it, and the church, everyone believes it, and it's going to happen. So he said you don't need to believe it, and that's your own. If you don't believe it, that's your business. But it's definitely going to happen. The way Elon Musk is advancing in technology now, and many other scientists, it will even be soon that such thing will be happening. We have a lot of businessmen and entrepreneurs who wants to even pay money to go on a tour in the moon. So it is already happening in some parts of the world. But it will come to a point where, everybody can afford it. People can just go to the moon and hold a meeting and come back. So God is doing wonders. It might not happen in our own time, but when God says a thing, it will surely happen. If you are a Christian, when the promise of a Messiah came, Isaiah prophesied it. So many prophets that prophesied it. We are not alive when it happened. The Messiah came. Jesus came. Now Jesus is also coming back to the world. Many Christians, all of us believed it, and he's coming. We might not be alive when that will happen, but it will surely happen. That's what God's word is. It will surely come to pass. So you don't need to like Pastor Enoch Adeboye for you to believe what God is saying through him. The thing is, once God said it, it will surely happen. Whether you believe it or you don't believe it, that's your own business.